Oh, Laudetur Jesus Christus. Thank you very much. Is this some war council? Are we at war? Are we really going to fight for what cause? With whom? With what resources? We are not helping Ukraine by prolonging this war. You are not helping Ukrainian people who were looking for shelter, escaping their own country, and Mr. Speaker, Mr. Gambino, the last time your country sent military forces to the Eastern Front, it was 1941 or 42. Do you expect your government to repeat this brilliant maneuver, and what results do you expect to reach? Please go there by yourself.
Thank you very much,
Mr.
Brown. Mr. Gambino, you have the floor for 30 minutes.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. To all of you, honorable members, advocating here for the terrorist state of Israel, did you not hear the words of Israeli leaders, generals, rabbis, referring to Palestinians as non-humans, as animals? This is regular praxis there. So the terrorist state of Israel is very dangerous, not only for Palestinians, but for us, Europeans, normal, decent people. We should bring Mr. Netanyahu and his genocidal butchers to some Nuremberg 2.0. I hope we'll live to see it. Thank you very much. Szczęść Boże. Wyrazy współczucia dla tych, którzy cierpią straty, także w moim kraju. Wyrazy uznania dla tych, którzy spieszą z pomocą. Ale jest rzeczą szczególnie ohydną, że ludzkie cierpienie część z państwa tu obecnych, czcigodnych, cepów, mepów wykorzystuje do powtarzania mantry quasi-religii klimatycznej. Jest obrzydliwe, że politykujecie w tym kontekście. Tam cierpią ludzie, a wy powtarzacie, że trzeba tych ludzi jeszcze bardziej docisnąć zielonym ładem, niebieskim ładem. Precz z tą polityką, precz z eurokołchozem. Niech żyją wolne narody, które dadzą sobie radę i żadna powódź nie będzie im straszna, jeśli nie będą zalewane doktryną eurokołchozu. Wczoraj przez Wysoką Izbę przewinęła się cała parada Napoleonów, którzy wybierali się na Moskwę, Edisonów, którzy lepiej od przedsiębiorców wiedzą, jak robić interesy na energii, a dziś mamy paradę zaklinaczy deszczu, szamanów, którzy sądzą, że wpłyną na klimat. Dziękuję za uwagę. Szanowni Państwo, szanowny Panie, jestem wielkim zwolennikiem wszystkich form przejawiania solidarności międzyludzkiej. Solidarność w Polsce to jest nasza marka, ale trzymajmy się metod naturalnych, a nie sowieckich, nazistowskich, totalitarnych metod wymuszania miłosierdzia na cudzy koszt, co, jak rozumiem, panu bardzo się podoba. Fundusz Solidarności, brawo, zobaczcie, teraz są potrzebujący. Pokażcie swoją hojność, ale pod osłoną tych strug deszczu przecież Niemcy, Austria demontują właśnie grupę Schengen, właśnie wprowadzili kontrolę na granicach, więc co z waszego całego projektu eurokołchozowego zostaje, skoro te jedyne korzystne dla nas i przydatne. Dear colleague, God bless you. Could you please share with us your unique method of recognizing sleeper agents? Did you get any? Did you go to any prosecutor, any police station? By all means, Don't keep light under cover. And one more question. Would you also have any unique method of recognizing Russian agents and American agents, and how to tell who is who in this? Ladies and gentlemen, this is a very important debate because it's not about one of the countries, it's about the whole European Union project. And as we can see, it cannot be developed without fighting sovereign nations of Europe. Do you really want Europe where just anybody will be telling the prime minister of one of our countries where to go to or not to go to, without even referring to him as the prime minister? This is really ugly. This is really nasty. That is why the European Union, as it is, should be overthrown. And back off, everybody, from us, sovereign, free people. We want to remain free people, not to become eurokołchozniks, as some of you dream of. So, you're all doctors now, and businessmen. You're going to sell some new stuff to poor people who are under your influence, your power, or power of the corrupted governments that you corrupt, creating this huge corruption scheme. Here you go again. You lost your prospects for more money made on so-called pandemia, because so much hated here, President Putin has cured the world of pandemia overnight by starting his operation. Now you look for some new victims in Africa. This is shameless. This is shameless. Down with the WHO, down with the European Union that is based on this perpetual need to find new prey, to find new victims of your socialist schemes that obviously cost a lot of money. Yesterday it was about floodings, today it's about droughts, but your rhetoric remains the same. Yours revolutionary, Soviet Nazi rhetorics with any excuse good to seize power. You're not here to help. You want to seize power over sovereign European civilized nations. You want to destroy our agriculture. Any excuse is good for you. My party's climate policy would be good climate for business, good climate for freedom, against your Nazi Soviet Euro-kolkhoz. Down. First point of my statement would be you expressed hope that everybody here would support your idea of Montenegro joining the European Union. I wish the citizens of Montenegro all the best, so I would never wish that they become a part of this wrong, deeply wrong and evil project that the European Union is. The second point, what happened to your gender agenda? You're talking male, female. What about 500 other genders? Maybe you should ask whether anybody here feels female today, and maybe that would be enough to elect somebody, maybe even of your party. Am I wrong? Because such beliefs are expressed here very, very wildly, and I thought you were committed to your gender agenda. Am I wrong, sir? Thank you very much. God bless all the victims of all horrible wars and conflicts. But to those of you who seem to support the state that is occupying Palestine for so long, can't you hear the words of Israeli ministers, ambassadors, and rabbis referring to Palestinians as animals, as non-humans? These are exactly the words that, people like Jürgen Stroop, the one who destroyed Warsaw Ghetto with his SS men, would use. Can't you hear these words? So please don't blackmail us with your anti-Semitism rhetorics. Don't you blackmail us with your Holocaust Haggadah. This has no appliance to this case. Israel should be declared and presumed a terrorist state. Israel, Mr. Netanyahu and his butchers are the largest, most criminal and dangerous terrorist organization in that region. Thank you, Ms. President. To all of you who just can't condemn Israeli Jewish genocide committed on Palestinian and not only Palestinian people, I understand you are willing to give the Jews a license to kill anybody, a license to bomb any country they please to nominate to be anti-Semitic, nominate anybody for their enemy. This is deeply wrong. This should not be entertained here. Although we are being threatened and blackmailed by the rhetorics of anti-Semitism, by the Holocaust scary tale repeated here again and again. This is wrong. Israel is a terrorist state.
The time is over.
Laudetur Jesus Christus. Down with your sustainable development, which is just another name for Soviet Nazi control. If this is your only offer for the Europeans, Green Deal, Blue Deal, Rainbow Deal, Migration Pact, warmongering, then that is no offer. At the same time, you're shutting down Schengen Treaty. Then you should shut down this house, probably, because this is fruitless. This is counterproductive, what you are doing here. Since you cannot save the Schengen group, and your only offer is totalitarian control, censorship, and pushing European nations for different wars that are not our wars, you should shut down, you should close this ugly, nasty, fruitless project that European Union currently is. Down with your Eurocommune. Thank you, Mr. President. Dear colleagues, I wonder what is worse, post-Soviet Moscow regime or a neo-Soviet Brussels regime? What is wrong? What is worse here? Dear Moldovans, my fellow Europeans, beware, beware, and take care. You're about to choose. Mind you, in this house today, they were discussing the possibilities of making cars more expensive for every family. Previous week, they were discussing, as they usually do, their ability to change climate. It's a madhouse here. It's an asylum. Many people pretend to be some Napoleons going for Moscow. Others pretend to be rainmakers changing climate. Some others, are simply...
Thank you very much, Mr. Brown.
Don't do to others what you wouldn't like being done to yourself. Aren't you sick, all of you, especially my colleagues from Central Europe, aren't you sick of European Commission interfering in our country's internal business? I am sick, and I hope there are more and more of this kind in Europe. You're talking about your democratic European standards, while our colleague from Romania, Diana Sosoaca, is absent. She should be sitting here next to me, but she was excluded from this house, from this sitting, and she was in her mother country. She was excluded from the presidential run. I think this house should be worried about her condition, her fate, and this discussion here should concentrate on our internal problems, not external. Thank you very much. Laudetur Jesus Christus. Thank you, Mr. President. Do we need global government? No, we don't. I've been there. I've seen that. I was born and raised in Soviet communist Poland. I don't want to relive this experience. My honorable colleague mentioned, as he called it, existential challenge that we face, and in the name of this purpose, we should, he thinks, create this system of global governance. Well, the worst existential challenge is people like you, is this house, which from the outside, by no incident, resembles the Babel Tower as painted by Peter Bruegel the Older. And the fall of this tower will be huge, will be great, and I don't want to be inside when it's falling. I want my compatriots, my fellow European, normal, regular people, regular guys, I want us to evacuate as soon as possible. And God forbid, we should never participate in projects like global government. Thank you very much. Are you kidding? Those of you who support this ridiculous directive, this ridiculous concept of helping where you brought damage, mending what you spoiled. Is this the same place where that famous energy efficiency directive was so highly acclaimed? Is this the same European Commission that introduced that bill? Let's introduce your Euro-communism in Sahara Desert, and very soon we will be short of sand. So I've been there, I've seen that. I come from the country where socialism was forcibly introduced from Moscow, and now you're trying to repeat the same from Brussels. Thank you very much.